Tarzan. Tarzan's getting busted. So I didn't know that guy's name was Tarzan, but somebody that's familiar with the Santiago Creek Trail on the channel commented that his name's Tarzan. Busted. All right, well, it is, what day is it? Wednesday morning. Let's get a little speed for this hill. We're starting out on Walnut Avenue as usual in the city of Orange. Same old thing, same old routine. So I just published a video from Monday afternoon, and I put it in the description, but maybe people don't read the description or whatever. So I made that video, and I had it as a no edit video. Then I realized there was a section in there where I had stopped to text message work, and I sat there for like, I don't know how long, for a long time, like at least 5 minutes texting, and I had already uploaded the video to YouTube, but I hadn't published it yet. And but YouTube used to have this thing where you could do simple edits on YouTube after the fact. So when I saw that, I was like, I'll just cut that. I'll just cut that section out on YouTube, and then it'll be fine. But then when I was watching the video, I noticed that it was oh, wow, we're up in the mix now, y'all. I noticed that the we're up in the barrio, homie. I noticed that the angle was like really bad. So sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's really bad. It was what I would define as really bad. So what happens? So I still obviously had the raw footage on my computer. So I just decided, well, I'll just redo the video, because my video from yesterday morning was me. When I was riding, I was listening to the UFO hearings, which is really important. So it was awesome for me. You know, they started at 7, and I was able to listen to a huge section of those hearings live for the first time. So in that, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, and then yesterday's video home, I didn't charge my camera all the way, so I only made it to Tustin. I went into downtown Tustin and then that park over by Tustin, and then the camera cut out. So I had 2 videos that were not really usable. The only way the yesterday mornings would be usable if it would just feel like unengaged with the audience if I did that one, because it's obvious I'm preoccupied with listening to the UFO hearing. But anyway, all right. So anyway, so both those videos were not good. So So I either could have redone the video, or I could have either redone the video or you know, just use that one. So what you do when you have, sorry, I lost track of what I was talking about. So in that situation, when you have a video that's crooked like that, the only thing you can do is when you're editing it, you can adjust the frame. So right now the frame was like this, so I adjusted it to bring it up straight, but in order to bring it up straight, it had to be adjusted seven degrees. So if you adjust the angle 7 degrees, then obviously you're gonna have black lines on the bottom of your screen that open up that 7 degrees, and then the way you get past that is you make the frame bigger. So obviously it's at 100%, so then you make the screen 122%, and then so as you're making the frame bigger, those black lines disappear. But what it affects is your resolution. So yeah, you're taking the pixels and making them larger, and then anytime you make the pixels larger, you're obviously losing resolution. So it's a 2K video, so I expanded it 22%, and then that also brings the handlebars. Well, you're bringing everything up closer, so your peripheral's smaller, and then the handlebars are closer. You can't see my hands. It doesn't look like you're going as fast. It's more like a standard, what I would describe as a standard view video at maybe 1080p instead of 2K, but it's still 60 frames. So I decided on that one. So I would say I'm starting to get used to this bike. We have 174 miles on this. I've probably put on the majority of these miles. I don't know how many miles my son put on this bike. Not a lot. So this bike's still essentially brand new. Go ahead and take Cambridge. A little chilly, man. I'm gonna have to start bringing more jackets. I just hope this video is not too crooked. Oh, it's on the street. Looks like blood. Blood. Carnage. So I wonder what old Tarzan was doing. So I see him with new bikes all the time, and I don't want to like stereotype, or not stereotype, prejudge, whatever. You guys know what I mean. So But I mean, I've always had the impression that that he was the local bike thief. And I think he's constantly on the Santiago Creek Trail, and he goes up and down the creek trail. He's always in the Badlands. So, and he's always has a new bike, or, you know, good bikes. So I'm assuming that he just kind of carouses the neighborhoods, and, you know, he's probably a very proficient thief. And I know that's horrible to say because I don't know the guy, so I'm not saying that Tarzan's a thief, but that's my interpretation of my observations. So, and that he's over there in that neighborhood getting spoken to by the police, it just makes me think like, yeah, he was probably prowling. He was probably prowling in somebody's backyard. They called the cops. He jumped out into the street, and then the cops came in. Dang, I got passed by the Abington. Guy's got a good setup. He probably just thinks I'm some silly guy on a Mac Fox. Little does he know, I'm an Orange County commuter. Someday I'll be able to have an Abington. He's got a secret route. He's gonna pop out over here. He's probably not aware of the windy sidewalk. Nor does he care about the windy sidewalk. We gotta hit the windy sidewalk, y'all. It's imperative. Yeah, he's gonna pop out over there, and he's gonna hit Old Grand, and probably the see, yeah, there he is. He popped out on Old Grand. It's like I said, he's gonna continue on Old Grand and hit the bike lane and on Santa Clara. We're on Fairview right now. Yep, see, he just hit Old Grand. Then he'll go over like I do to Santiago. So we can cut on Linwood and make a right. And then we can go to Old Grand as well. I don't think I can go fast enough to see what route he takes. Maybe he might take Grand. I doubt it though. So we're gonna head over here to I see him still. He's going faster than me though. He's going, I think he's going class 3. I think he's pedaling at 28. I'm only going 20, 23. I like his setup though. He's got an Abington step through. I don't know Abington models, but I'm sure it's probably a 500 watt motor. I don't think it's a 750 watt. He's got the nice set of Penn earbags, which I envy. So if I get the electric XP4, it has 4 accessories, but unfortunately it doesn't come with the bags. I would like give up all those accessories to get the bags. So I might have to just buy some, and if I buy some, I'm gonna buy waterproof ones. But that's gonna require that the channel, that I start generating some money with these ads. I'm only generating probably $50 a month. And that, I mean, yeah, he's on grand. Should we follow him up grand? No. This is going to be a mess up here. Look at all these cars. Yeah, let's go on grand, dude. This looks like a nightmare. We got another guy in the bike lane over here, so this back route, this back cut is, you know, is popular. Come on. Look at that. Move coming. Oh, see, commuters getting past, y'all. I should take off my sunglasses. It's not very sunny. I need this visibility. Visibility is essential. I need to see every single little crack in the road. I need to be able to dodge nails, dodge cars, dodge cracks, dodge holes, dodge pedestrians. Dodge portals to other dimensions. All right, so we're up to 17th Street. Or do we really want to go under the freeway over here? I don't think so. Let's cut over to Logan. So we're gonna hit sidewalk mode to Logan. And we'll go over the freeway the easy way. And the e-bikers are out in full effect. There's another guy over there. The Bible. I'm getting the Bible, y'all. Oh my God. The bibliothèque. Some discarded clothing. Difficult to maneuver here. Look at this little tricky, move. All right, so let's get over the freeway, and then we can go about our journey. So I should cut across right here. But not having that, yeah, this bike just, I just can't, I don't have that acceleration. On the Wind Horse, I would have been like, I would have went right through the intersection for sure. So what song? The song of the day. It's a strange one, but I've been battling. So we went to Knott's Berry Farm for the family picnic, and I've been battling a song that's been stuck in my head, and I can't get it out of my head. And it's called the Macarena. So the Macarena has been like pulsating in my brain since Friday night, and I can't get rid of it. But randomly on my ride home yesterday, a Neil Young song came in my head. So it's called Harvest. So or is it called Harvest? I know it's not Harvest Moon. I think it's just called Harvest. Or it's that one where he sings, "Did I see you down in a young girl's town with your mother in so much pain?" I can't. I'm not gonna sing it. But anyway, so that's the song. We're just gonna call it Harvest. It's definitely off the Harvest album. Anyway, sorry. So I'm singing. I'll know the lyrics if I start singing it, but I can't recite them. Did I see you down in a young girl's town? Your mother and so much more. You were almost there at the top of the stairs with you singing in the rain. So when I used to live up in New Mexico seasonally. Well, it wasn't like all the time. I went up there I think 3 times. So I worked for a doctor who bought, I think like not a lot, like 300 or 400 acres in the Brazos, and up above Chama, New Mexico, and I worked for a contractor that worked for a doctor. There was 3 of us. We went up there we weren't really doing a lot of construction. I mean, we were receiving supplies for construction. The cabins were already standing. Anyway, when we went up there, we had guitars, and I bought a songbook, and it was Neil Young. And I hadn't really listened to a lot of Neil Young anyway. The only album of his I was familiar with was when he did MTV Unplugged, which is an amazing performance. He's a great songwriter. So, this is way back before, I'm sure there was the internet, but it was before I didn't have any way I had this songbook, and there was a couple of songs in there, like a song from Buffalo Springfield, Tin Soldiers and Nixon's Come, and Ohio was on there, so that was pretty easy. But then all the other songs I didn't really know. There was a few, and I didn't have any way to reference those songs. I was up in the mountains, no electricity, nothing. We were literally. This is how long ago it was. Obviously there was a such thing as CDs back then, but we were listening to, in our car, I had a 4-wheel drive Suburban, a lifted Suburban, that was our truck, and that was my job. I was the driver up there. So I would go get supplies and bring them back up. I've talked about this place before, but when I finally got back down to civilization, I got that album, and what an amazing album. So I would had that songbook and learned a few of those songs, a few Neil Young songs, which aren't complex. So I have talked about living up there before, but I don't want to really repeat myself for people who've been watching for a while.
If you're on the street with that thing, you're gonna run somebody over.
Oh, okay. He said, get out on the streets with that thing. You're gonna run somebody over. I'm like going like 3 miles an hour. It's funny. But you know, people have the fear because this guy obviously travels on. Well, he was a. I don't know if you guys saw him on film. He was a transformer. Which is fine. That's totally fine. It's irrelevant, but I was surprised at the voice. Is the only reason why I mentioned it. He had a very deep voice, or she had a very deep voice. But yeah, they are obviously taking public transportation, so they're always encountering probably crazy people on e-bikes. But that's not me. I'm not a crazy person on an e-bike. Oh man, I forgot. It's a escuela. We're gonna get up in that calle. Let's get up in the calle, y'all. Not as much traffic at this school because this is one of those types of schools where people are going to walk to rather than drive to. Still got to be careful, man. Danger zone. You're almost there at the top of the stairs. Calle 6. Let's follow this mysterious bike lane. Where it gets confused. Confucius. Where are you going? The hustle and bustle. Going the wrong way, buddy. You're going the wrong way. Yeah, oh yeah, so that guy, he told me, oh dude, they freaking closed this alley up? Jeez. Freaking lame. That's lame. Yeah, he told me, he said, you need to get off in the street with that thing. You're gonna run somebody over. I think people out that were more vulnerable to his rolling luggage and getting their toes ran over than this bike. Oh, we got a rowdy crew here, y'all. It's the new. Oh wow, they're having a little fair. Got the good stuff. Looks like they're gonna have a little carnival. Oh, we got police force over here. Sorry, I'm gonna go this way. Then I'm gonna go behind you guys because I do not trust. Alright, I guess we'll go. Let me see what time it is and then that'll determine. $7:59. It's not too bad. I'm trying to decide whether I should go on the I guess we'll go this way. Pacific Electric Trail or not. Wow, I actually see somebody sweeping the gutter with a push broom, which is not something I see too often. I've got to write a paper today by 1 o'clock, but I have a class from 10 to 11:30. It's going to take some inspiration. So this camera feels very crooked, but it seems like it's lining up well with the handlebars, so I guess we're just going to keep it like this. A lot going on, man. A lot going on, y'all. Freaking looking at me like that. I'm gonna get the smack down, bro. Leave it alone. My front brakes rubbing. That's that wonderful sound. Let's go hit this other alley and then we're gonna Not the fastest way, but it's a way. What's up, man? Oh, that guy looks serious. That guy looks serious, bro. That's an old head. Your way to get blasted in the back. All right. So usually in these alleys in the morning, it's usually pretty chill. In this, obviously in the evenings, everything comes alive. But since it's so late in the morning, there's a lot more activity. Maple. And here we are. So I rarely ride on this section of the bike path, but we'll do it. Yeah, the other day I got a comment on one of my shorts about, so those shorts are just made to advertise the video, you know, I'm not like, so anyway, one of the shorts was the section of my video where I was talking about how crazy people have been riding around Grijalva Park, like how the kids just have they're like terrorizing the neighborhoods. And somebody made a comment, I can't remember exactly what they said. They said not to be harsh, but you're talking nonsense or something like that. So I wasn't too sure if he was like standing up for the people that are riding like maniacs, or if he was just saying that I didn't have any, like my sentence didn't have any like cohesive formulation, like I'm literally talking nonsensical stuff. Which, I mean, what I was saying was facts. So, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of funny. It's like not to be harsh, he said, but I was like, you automatically I get like, you know, you want to get defensive, you know, like where's your channel? You know, you look up their channel and they have no videos. Not one video. I have almost 1,000 videos, and that's not counting the ones I've deleted. Regarding the subject matter, I film 2 hours a day. So I have to come up with stuff to talk about for 2 hours of every day. I have to talk. So it's going to be a little, schizo sometimes, you know. It's not an easy thing to do. It's like the one guy that when I was going to start having subscriber or not subscriber only, member only videos, like I was going to do regular videos and then member only videos, just because like it would be nice to make a little bit of money on this YouTube thing. I mean, I'm doing it for a multitude of reasons. It's fun is why I do it. It's a creative outlet. It saves me money, transportation money. It's kind of a hobby. I guess it's a sport. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, so he said, I can't believe it's work. I'm going to say it, it's work. It takes work to do this. It's just, but it's work that I enjoy. But he said, I can't believe that you're going to charge people to watch your videos. That was the comment. So the work that goes into one video is the ride itself, and all the commentary that goes along with it. I can't tell what this person's doing. So it's talking for 1 hour, 45 minutes to an hour, twice a day, because just to get one video, you're going to film 2 videos because you just don't know. So the investment is not a lot, a $1,000 bike and a $300 camera, some accessories. But if you want to get to that next level, you got to generate money. You're going to want, better cameras. You're going to want, you need tubes and tires for your bike. You need, there could definitely be nails right here. And then you want to go get better, right? To compete with other channels that are already getting bike reviews. You're going to want to get a new helmet, maybe other protective gear, high-vis vests, knee pads, elbow pads, body armor, guns, knives, all those different types of things you need to commute through the areas I go through. But then you have to upload your video, transfer your video from your camera to your computer, which that takes probably about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how many videos. If you're doing both videos, it's going to take 30 minutes. Then once that's there, then you load it up. Then you got to let it create a proxy file, which takes a little while, 10 or 15 minutes. Then even on a no edit video, you got to do the light and color, which usually takes about 30 minutes. And then you transfer it from your software to back to your computer, which takes, it depends. If you're doing 60 frames, it'll take over an hour, probably like an hour and a half. And then you get that done, and then you put it on YouTube, and then to put it on YouTube can take anywhere from 2 hours to 3 hours, sometimes longer, depending on how good your Wi-Fi is. And that's just for one video. So, I mean, it is time, right? And time is money. So, I don't think there's anything wrong with, and I've had this conflict in my mind too, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to, it's not what it's about, but that's one of the benefits, is to be able to generate money to grow your channel. Because I think people have the impression that if you're on YouTube and you're making videos that you're getting paid money, but you're not. So from actual YouTube, in 2 years, I've made $113 from YouTube in 2 years. So like this is a grind. So until you get to that level where you're getting a lot of views, then you'll start generating money. But until then, you're on your own. You know, you're investing in your art for the sake of doing art, with hopes that one day, you know, you're going to be able to make enough money off of one of your paintings to buy art supplies so you can make more art. You know, like it's a starving artist kind of situation. And anybody who's done this knows that it's not easy, like writing and talking. It's challenging. And every single ride's a potential video, so you have to approach every video as if it's going to get published. If you just say, okay, I'm going to film on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, and then on Tuesday, and Thursday, like, you don't take your camera and you don't talk and you don't do anything, and then it's an excellent ride, and then you just don't have any way to document that. So it's better to film every day and, you know, and pick the videos that you like to publish. And I would say, like, a lot of good videos get scrapped. But it's very rewarding to me, like, it's very rewarding to me to be able to do this, like, to be commuting on a bike, e-bike, and not filming and not sharing it with you guys, and yeah, not having the YouTube thing would, I wouldn't say it would suck, but it would be definitely not as fun. Interesting day, man. A lot of gnarly people out right now. When I went through that alley, that guy was smoking. He looked like he was probably smoking meth, not fentanyl. He just had that look to him. But like sometimes when you see those people and they look like he looked pissed, dude, that I was rolling through his alley. But like a lot of times when I see people like that, I'll say what's up, then they like lighten up. You know, they're like, hey, what's up? You know, they realize like I'm not a threat. You know, I'm not the. Oh my God, dude! Did you see that plane take off? Oh man, look at how steep that is going. So when the wind's a certain way, the planes take off the opposite direction, and when they do, they have to take off at the steepest angle. So maybe we'll get some footage of that. It's a trip. Like I would not want to be. I've never flown in a plane. I don't really ever want to fly in a plane. I don't have any desire to go to. Anyway, so let me finish the story. So yeah, when I said what's up to that guy, like he had no, like he was not, like he did not respond back at all. He just had this evil glare, like he wanted to kill me, like he wanted to shank me. That's why I was like, I've had encounters like that in alleys before when I was a kid. I had an alley that ran around my house, and me and my friend Tim, we were always in the alleys. Like we didn't care, you know, if we were gonna go somewhere and walk, you know, with our skateboards, like we'll go through the alley, you know, even if it's risky or not, because it was the way that we had to go. Like we weren't the type that were gonna go around the danger, you know. We're not gonna go around it, we're gonna go through the danger, because like it's my neighborhood, you know. So anyway, so we were in my alley, and a lowrider came through, just so you can picture it, just creeping through all slow, headlights off, like they had the parking lights on, and then they stopped next to us. We just walked on the side of them, and I don't remember exactly what they said, but they stopped, and so we're like looking down at the window on the driver's side. You know, maybe they said something like, you know, you guys shouldn't be in this alley, or what are you doing in this alley, or whatever. And I'm like, I live right here, I'm just walking, you know, whatever. I don't remember exactly what we said, but it wasn't like they didn't really threaten us, but they kind of did. And then we're walking down the alley. We get a couple hundred feet, and gunshots, bam, bam, bam. We started running out of the alley, then around the block, you know, into the regular street. But so now, like, even though that was a long time ago and it only happened, I've gotten shot at. I don't think he shot at us. I think they probably shot into the air. But you don't know that. I still don't know that. And that happened another time when I was walking home from a friend's house. A car shot at me. Definitely shot at me. So, you know, even though it was only twice, obviously I didn't get hit. It stays with you, so that's like what I was expecting when I was in that alley, and I was like, you know, you kind of like put your shoulders up and your head down. You're like, oh man, you can't see him. Is he gonna run up behind you and hit you with a bat? Like. All right, so maybe we'll get to see some planes, y'all. Some planes. Oh boy. What I swear to God, I saw water falling from the sky. All right, it's 8:24. Guy's up in the middle of the road. Nice. He's in the turn lane, making a stand on his MTB with no helmet. On the Magna 5000. All right. Let's see what our timing's like here on this. We want to see a plane take off. We can look at flight radar and know, but I mean, I've got to keep the momentum going, so I can't hang out and wait for it. Plus the video is already really long. Well, we might get lucky, and we might not. And even if we do get lucky, are you guys gonna think it's cool? Maybe not. So that's why. So I got to get a better camera that has an optical zoom. Like I need to have my action camera and then have also an optical camera around my neck, where I can do some zoom in on some of the stuff that I see and add that into the video. No blinker. All right, are we gonna get lucky? I gotta get on the sidewalk here. Wolverine. What the hell's that guy doing? Alright, let's see. Oh, this plane. So weird. So that plane took off the opposite way, but I just watched a plane take off the normal way. And we have airplane coming in this way. What the hell is going on? What the heck? So when we were coming this way, I definitely saw a plane taking off. We get here and I see a plane taking off this way. Usually it's everything this way or everything that way for obvious reasons. But maybe they switched up. It doesn't feel windy right now. So maybe they decided to go back the other way. Yeah, we have another small plane coming in. Somebody is taking off. Maybe if there's a lot of flights, I cannot imagine that they do both. Wow, look at that little plane. Yeah, they're taking off in the other direction again. The normal direction. It's electric. So yeah, the UFO hearings yesterday, I think it was a very impactful. What the hell are you doing? Dumbass. She waves at me like, hi. She literally turned on a red arrow. Yeah. So I didn't know what to expect. The last hearing was not. So the problem with the hearings is so you have whistleblowers, but there's other people out there that are read in to all these legacy programs, from the contractor side to the DOD to the government side, and this has been going on seriously for 80 years at least. It just got out of control. So like it is so compartmentalized on the government side, and so just like it's really evil, man. But the people that do know about it, that realize that they want to whistleblow, they want to let us know like what's been going on, they're too like, they know too much. And if they say anything under oath, and a lot of these people have talked about this stuff, but it's a whole different thing when you're saying it under oath. Like, not only do they have to worry about imprisonment, they have to worry about getting killed by whoever. People have been killed over divulging too much information. So then you have the whistleblowers like we had yesterday. They know, they have, they have firsthand information, whereas in the past it's second, third-hand information. But they don't, they're witnesses. But it's going to be impossible to get people who are actually in the program. It's impossible to get. But I think this at least delivers it to a broader range of public interest. So in that respect, this is like a really positive thing. And the one gentleman, Borland, who talked about his experience, like to come out and whistleblow is it turns your life upside down, Like it literally ruined this guy's life, but he's such a patriot, he comes out anyway. So hopefully they get some whistleblower protection going. That was the intention of this, is to get real UFO whistleblowers protection, and also expose Arrow for being such a useless disinformation. Like, Arrow is like the worst, man. Patrick, oh my God, dude. Talk about freaking evil, man. like these people, these whistleblowers are going to Arrow, giving them their testimony, you know, their footage, and they're using it against them. It's crazy, man. And if you one of the interesting